This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
Yes, I'm so passionate about training students. So I've trained more than 30 to 40 batches, and where people have been good hands on the Selenium WebDriver as well as the code Java. So I've trained the students like who has no idea on Java, that is from the scratch I've started, and the people who have to switch from the non-IT to the IT background, I've helped them too. And along with that, I've helped the people in my session for the in order to switch there from the automation, from the manual testing to the automation testing, like how to build the resume and how to crack the interview. I've done many workshops. Okay, and I think yesterday we had a workshop. I'm not sure like who were present in from this group. Okay, so yes, if you people were present on yesterday or went through the yesterday's recording, so you'll get some idea about the interview pros. I mean the tips and techniques of the interview and the most frequently asked interview questions. Okay, so I think like everybody has went through the course content. Okay, so before going with the course content and before going with the like the regular session, I just want everybody to have an interaction with me. Okay, so I want everybody to unmute yourself. So let us not become have the boring session like just I am talking and you are not interacting. Okay, I want everybody to be active in my session so that it will be we shall enjoy the learning. Okay, so the main intent is not just to learn. I want everybody to enjoy the learning, so then only you will be able to implement it. You have to like the coding first of all. If you're not interested in the coding or programming language, so if you're in the manual testing and you're still thinking that I'm not able to do the coding or what is this Java, all these things, if you are feeling it new or if you're feeling very difficult in the coding, the first thing I prefer you always to love programming. Okay, so you have to love the Java coding, and I'm always there to help you guys to learn quickly and adopt the things easily and effortlessly. Okay, so along with that, yes, I just want everybody, okay, at least few of you guys to have your quick introduction. I want to know people who are from the IT background, just want to know your purpose of joining the session. So you want to switch to the automation or you're new to the automation. So just keep on interacting, guys. Okay, so now the turn goes for your end. Please interact. So anybody of you can have a agenda. I mean the purpose of joining this session. Why you have here? Yes. Yes, you can raise your hand. Just if you want to speak up. Yes, Zaid. Go ahead, please. Yes, I see many hands. Good number.
Yep.
Yes, Zaid. Please go ahead.
Hello,
Yes.
Isha. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
All right. I would like first to thank you for putting this together and give us the training. The only reason I'm trying to learn more about Java and Selenium, it's basically my current job. I have been doing 3 years manual testing, and I feel it's the time to shift to automation. Our
Okay.
company actually build application through Java, and they use Selenium and Cucumber and TestNG. But I don't have hands-on experience for coding or even
Okay.
writing automation tests, so I'm sure it's gonna be beneficial for all of us.
Correct. Awesome. Thanks for showing interest in introducing yourself. Okay,
Okay.
so Dinesh, can you have your purpose on? Okay, Dinesh has left. Okay, no problem.
Hello.
I see. Yes. Dinesh,
Yeah,
are
hi,
there?
this is Dinesh. Hi, this
Yes,
is
yes.
Dinesh, and I have 7 years experience as a manual tester. And
Okay.
the purpose to visit is actually I want to learn the automation, so I need to upgrade
Okay.
my career.
Okay, awesome. Dinesh. Okay. So basically, you are from India or you're running out in a different time zone?
Yeah, I'm from India, but currently I'm in UK.
Okay, you're in the UK, so it should be the morning right now, is it?
Yeah, evening
Wow.
4 o'clock.
Okay, okay, cool. Just asked. Okay, cool. Okay, I see one more person that is I just cannot spell your
Like,
name. That is
um,
Sash.
Subhashish ma'am, U
Okay,
is
yes.
not getting typed.
Okay, no
Actually,
problem.
currently I'm working as a
Okay,
manual tester in banking domain. I
okay,
just want to upgrade. I just want to switch my career from manual to automation. That's why
okay.
I'm here to learn the automation.
Okay, awesome. So I
That's
see
it.
many people who are from manual testing and want to switch to the automation testing. Okay, it shows like a very great interest that for your career growth, where you are putting a more efforts to. The first thing is, I'm thankful that you have put effort to join in, and you have made an effort to at least join the session to look into the agenda or whatever it is. Okay, so I see there saying that yes, functional tester and now would like to switch to automation. Okay, so I see many people from the automation. So Subbi B is there. Can we have Subbi? I just can. I'm so bad at spelling your guy's name. Okay, and please apologize for me for that. Sabi B is there or anybody? Nida Kadri. Can
Hi, Rosana. Thank you
yes.
for this session. I worked as a manual tester for 6 to 7 years, and then I turned out full time mom for last couple of years. So this season for me is to refresh my manual
Okay.
skills as well as trying to get into the automation at the same time. Sorry for the background
Okay.
noise.
Yeah. No problem. You can just hold on, Nida. Just you can take care. Okay. Let us connect with you once again. I see you have a disturbance or something. Your kid is interrupting. No worries. Okay. We shall just come back to you. I'm not able to hear you, and yes, people also facing some loud background noise. No problem. I'll just come back to you. Okay. So yes, I'll just communicate with you once again, and meanwhile I see many of them. Okay, I people can just drop in just like Zahir has dropped in his introduction. Okay, I want like people to just drop in so that I can just see like majority what kind of the crowd is there in this meet. Okay, so yes, let me just begin with the session today. Okay, so I see many of them are wants to switch from the manual testing to the automation testing. Okay, so now let us see the objective of. Okay, like people who know like testing, what is the testing, or if you have entered into the manual testing, you must be knowing it. Okay, so just a simple thing. I just want to understand like since it is an automation testing, let us focus more on the automation than the manual. But still, I want you guys to have a prior knowledge for the manual testing. As you guys know that for the automation test engineer, manual the user should be knowing to write the test cases manually as well, wherein they will be able to convert the manual test cases into the automation test scripts. Okay, so yes, let us understand like any idea like what is automation testing, and let us look into that basic understanding like what is automation testing and why do we go for automation testing. Forget about all the Selenium or the programming language. Just I want you guys to say what is automation testing. Yes, anybody can unmute yourself and speak up. Okay, I see many introduction. I'll look into all the introductions. Okay, so yes, what is automation testing, guys? Anybody, please be interactive. Even if it's wrong, don't worry. I'm there to correct you. I just want you guys to attempt it. That's it.
To reduce the manual interaction and make your automate anytime you can run without writing the test cases right manually. Reduce. basically.
Okay, so in order to awesome. So in order to reduce the manual intervention, so we are automating it and converting all the manual things into the automation test scripts. Okay, so just I can just say that the automation testing is nothing but where we are. It's a technique like where we are performing multiple tasks, that is by using the third party tools, correct, right? That is tools and the scripts, that is the if we are using the Selenium WebDriver, we are using the third party tool WebDriver and the automation script, okay, then performed manually by the testers. Okay, so the main thing is like in the automation testing, like we uses the tools and frameworks like the Selenium and the JUnit TestNG frameworks, okay, and sometimes or APM as well for the mobile automation. So where then these tools will help you to create and execute and manage the test scripts, correct, right? So test scripts is nothing but like people who know or who doesn't know. So the test scripts is nothing but where we write the scripts. Okay, the test cases are written like whatever. If you are into manual testers, the we are writing the test. If you are writing in the automation tool, that is the testing tool, so we call it as the test scripts, and where the scripts are used to interact with the application. So just see that I'm using an web driver. Okay, so that is nothing but web driver driver object I've called it. Okay, so I'm just calling the object, that is nothing but driver dot get url. So what is that we are doing? We are calling the object, and then by using the get method we are able to launch the website. So that means the test scripts are nothing but it is used to interact with the web applications, correct, right? So manually whatever you are doing, like clicking the buttons or entering the data or verifying the results, okay, so everything we are automating it. And the one thing, the main benefit is that we can, as he said, I just forgot his name. Okay, so as he said, so for the automation testing, like the speed is completely high compared to the manual testing, correct, right? So we can just frequently test, we can frequently run the test cases, that is nothing but manually, sorry by using the automation scripts frequently we can test it. So for example, just assume manual testers are performing a regression testing and you have a release for the every 1 week. Okay, just assume that you have a cycle as the test life cycle as a 1 week, so you have a release every week. So what you have to do, every week you have to keep on performing the regression testing whenever the new fixes has come into the application, correct, right? So similarly in the automation, what we do, we just keep on running the scripts, like where it allows the software to where it allows the scripts to be reusable. Okay, and also one thing is the main advantage is that there is a high coverage in the automation testing. Like in the manual testing, sometimes like there are chances that we may miss few scenarios while executing some few of the functionalities, but in the automation testing it doesn't happen that. So we will be covering the lot of wide range of scenarios. Okay, so yes, I hope everybody clear with like what is automation and what is the benefits of the automation testing. Everybody clear? You can acknowledge it. Okay, so we can just quickly move up with the next concept. Clear, everybody? So now
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want everybody. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Abhijit. Okay. So Abhijit, I have something to say. He has raised his
Uh,
hand.
no, no, no. Just by mistake, I raised the hand.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so coming to the disadvantage, like what is the disadvantage of the automation testing? Can anybody see? Or what are the some of the limitations? Any idea,
Maybe,
guys?
maybe you need extra additional technologies
Correct.
and the skill set.
Correct, exactly. That is for the person, but what about I mean that is for the resource you're talking about. That is nothing but the you need a extra additional resource, correct, right? So apart from that, can we say
we
that
can
yeah, yes please.
we cannot automate captcha.
That is the
Exactly. We
reason.
cannot automate captcha and captcha as well as the OTP, correct, right? But we cannot automate captcha, but there is a technique, I mean, there is a method where we can handle this captcha. Are you aware of that in the automation? Not in the not by the scripts, but we can give a wait for a duration of the 10 seconds and we can enter the captcha. Are you aware of that? And then once we are entered, we can perform the login button or the acknowledge button, correct, right? So
Yes.
that is one, yes, that is the one way of dealing with the OTP and the CAPTCHA. Okay, so whenever you get any OTPs for where you have to enter it manually, so you cannot do that for the automation scripts. Okay, so during that time, but you can handle it, correct, right? It is not that. It is not at all possible, but by giving the weights in the Selenium WebDriver, we can handle that, correct, right? Okay, so one more thing is the complexity is very high in the uh, automation tools. Okay, that is nothing developing and maintaining the automation scripts. It will be very complex. Okay, so now it's a very good
We
thing that
can't automate also system applications. We can't automate
correct,
by using this tool.
correct. Yeah, so we can automate the system application also. That is the web application. You say yes.
We cannot automate the
Yes.
audio part, like ADA testing something.
Sorry.
We cannot automate the audio reader, like example ADA testing, which is American Disability Act. Like something is written which is audible, like using some tool we will automate. I mean, using some tool it will readable, but which we cannot automate.
Ha, yeah, like you mean to say the converting from the text to speech, that is what is it? Like where we give the
Yes,
text, correct? That is what you're talking
yes, yes,
about? Okay,
yes, yes.
awesome. Yeah, that is one of the thing like where like he means to say the accessibility checking, correct, right? That is accessibility
Yes,
testing.
correct, correct.
Correct. Awesome.
Yeah, like
So yeah.
the person who are having like visual problem,
Ah,
so they
yeah.
should it will speech so that they can listen, right? So
Correct.
for them it
Exactly.
will automate.
Correct. So for in the Google also you see that you have a text to speech. That is nothing but that like whenever you give some text, it will be converted into speech. That like in your Android devices or in your iOS, you can notice that. Correct, right? So that is what you are talking about. Okay. Yes, we cannot perform the accessibility testing. So yes, that is one of the good thing. Good point. Okay, so Paramodi says that invest in a license tool and invest initial time to set up. Correct. Okay, so that is what I told that like the maintenance cost or the complexity. I was talking about the complexity. So where you have to add the multiple frameworks or whatever it is. So just if you are using a Selenium WebDriver, like where it does not support any of the generating the test tools, so during that time we go for the other frameworks in order to overcome that, correct, right? So that is nothing but the TestNG or the Cucumber framework. So those are the limitations of the automation testing. Okay, so yes, apart from that, okay, so now let me give you the walkthrough of the content. Okay, so this is one of the I think a few concepts were present in the website or not. I'm not sure whether that was missing it. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so yes. Mm, okay, so first let us understand like what are the things that what is the agenda of this course. So that is very much important. Like first you have to understand like what we are going to do in this, what we are learning in this 75 hours. So it is not that 75 hours. In the previous batches it has been extended to 90 hours also, depending upon the students interaction as well as the learning speed. Okay, so if you are having some more queries or resolving too many things, so it just extends, and there are chances that if the people are interactive more and learning quickly, there are chances that it may end up with the 75 hours only. Okay, so yes, you can see that like in the Selenium web drive. Okay, this is like you will be understanding like what is the Selenium IDE and what is the Selenium WebDriver, and understand the web elements. Okay, so the course objectives, these are the course objectives. So understand the test ng framework and taking the screenshots using the Selenium. Okay, understand the extent reports. Okay, and how to handle the multiple windows pop-up and alerts. So for every methods that we are performing, so we will be doing it practically. As you guys know, this is a practical session. It is not that you are just theory learning and you are implementing in your job or in your whatever like in your work. It is not like that. You will be doing everything practically along with me, whatever we are doing, whatever the coding we are performing. Okay, either it can be the core Java concepts or whatever it is. Okay, you will be performing a practical understanding of all the things, like how to handle the multiple excuse me, multiple windows pop-ups and alerts. Okay, and also we'll be developing the various frameworks. Okay, so yes, apart from that, I also mentioned that we'll be automating any of the websites that is along with your e-commerce website. Okay, you can or we'll be automating the e-commerce website, and also locally I'll be sharing few of the websites like where we'll be automating practically. Okay, so yes, today we just understood the basic understanding of the what is automation testing, advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so yes, in the module, yes, in the module 2, like where like there are around 15 modules that are present here. Okay, so module wise we will be covering and going with the same flow, and this is not the course like we are directly jumping into automation, that is Selenium. We will be understanding few core Java concepts, and then only we'll be moving into the Selenium. Okay, so and along with that we'll understand like why do we go for the Selenium, and which version of Selenium we are using correctly, and how to configure the Selenium WebDriver along with the Eclipse. So I hope everybody have your Eclipse in your desktop. Yes or no, people?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Okay, I hope everybody will be having. So if you're not having, please install your Eclipse. Okay, and in the upcoming session, I'll help you to configure the Selenium WebDriver along with your Eclipse. And also, going forward, we'll be developing the framework. So for the initial setup, let us complete with the, let us make the Selenium configuration with the Eclipse. Okay. So, and let us understand the components of the Selenium and also the architect. I just missed out that one, where it includes here only the architecture of the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so and along with that, so once we made all the setup and configure all the Selenium WebDriver and creating the Maven project. Okay, so once we are ready with all the systems, so we will be starting with the Java. Okay, so first let us understand is installation of Eclipse IDE. Please make it. If you are not sure, let me guide you with how to make download the Eclipse. Okay, so no problem. This course agenda is basically for the people who doesn't know ABCD of programming. Also they can learn in this course, and will be at the end of the course where you will be automating it. Okay, it's a we'll be taking it very smoothly and in a very good easy learning way. We'll make every concept the more easiest way, and let us practice it more and get let's get hands on all the concepts. Okay, so we shall understand few of the data types and the control statements and strings, arrays, and what are the functions and function input parameters, function return types. So in this concept, it is just I cannot cover everything in this course agenda, but along with this you will be doing lot of multiple programs. We will be executing during the session. So understanding the basics of the strings and the syntax of the string, how to convert, how to reverse the given string, reverse the string word by word, and how to print the duplicate elements of an array. Just like that, we'll be executing most commonly asked interview questions. And during the course content, during the course, I'll be highlighting what are all the programs that will be asked during the interview. Okay, if you are switching for the automation, so I'll be highlighting that, so where you will be able to focus more on that particular concepts. Okay, so as you guys know, we are all not developers to understand end to end of the Java. It is Java is a very vast, but in this course, the main agenda is to cover only the core concepts, core Java, which is required for the Selenium automation. Okay, so yes, and the classes, variables, objects and the constructors. Okay, and there is also the file handling exceptions I have not mentioned here. Okay, so we'll be covering, yes, here it is. So we have a file handling, collections. Okay, I just missed out. Okay, so we'll be covering with the oops concept, that is inheritance. This is the polymorphism, that is the method overloading and the method overriding functions, and what are the packages, access modifier, and what is the exception handling, and how to deal with the exceptions in the Java. And also we'll be covering up with the file handling and the collections. Okay, so yes, apart from that, we will be beginning up with the, so once we are done with this content of this core Java, so we'll be covering, planning to cover it within the first 15 to 20 hours. Okay, and again I'm saying it depends on the students interactions and the learning speed. Okay, but if you guys are so that is the reason I'm just understanding the purpose. The students who is from the scratch learning the core Java, or the people who is already expertised, and anybody people who is already expertised in automation, and who are looking for a career growth in the automation. Anybody, anybody there? You can raise your hands, that is, yeah, I cannot spell your name. Can you please unmute and speak up?
Yeah, Venkateswarlu.
Yeah, Venkateshwar. Yeah, please.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
you
have
have
already
already
worked
worked.
on it. Yeah, yeah. I have already worked on it automation. Just I have started with 3 months back.
Okay,
Yeah. Presently, I have doing with automation with the Selenium WebDriver.
okay.
Now I have learned with more points of automation system.
Okay, awesome. So that also will be, it will be somewhere like a good brush up for you if you are attending the all the sessions where I'll be starting it from the scratch. So also you'll be getting a good hands-on, and it will be a practice session if you already know the concepts. Okay, so it's a very good thing that you have made your interest in joining the session. Awesome. So apart from that, yes, we'll be understanding the navigations in the Selenium, and handling the auto suggestions, that is the radio buttons and the checkbox as well, and the alerts and pop-ups especially, and how to handle the drop down list, and how to upload the file. Okay, and handling the drag and drop in the Selenium. Okay, handling the mouse over keywords events using the action class. In the Selenium we have a action class, and we have a weights, especially we have a weights. So any idea of the weights, what are the weights in the Selenium WebDriver? Types of weights, guys, anybody can try.
Implicit, explicit,
Correct.
different.
Yeah,
Okay,
explicit
implicit.
weight and implicit weights.
Okay, so I see many of them saying only the two weights. So what about the fluent weight? Fluent weight
Yeah,
also is there, right? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yes, yes.
Correct. Okay, so we'll be understanding all the weights and how to use the weights in your Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so in the explicit weight, when we are performing, we have lot of conditions in the explicit weight list. So let us understand that also. Okay, so and also I see people using the thread.sleep in your program. Okay, so that is not recommended. So where you have to always use the weights in the that is the formal weights in the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so and how to take the screenshot using the Selenium and how to take the multiple screenshots. Okay, how to capture the error message. Okay, and how to handle the multiple windows. I already mentioned in the before topic. Okay, before module. Okay, so handling the alert messages. Okay, and handling the iframes cross browsing using the Selenium. So cross browsing is nothing but the handling on the different browsers. Okay, automating on the different browsers like the Firefox and the Edge as well. Okay, so and how to handle the so anybody any idea of what is XPath and the types of the XPath? Okay, you can just define the types of the XPath, guys. Any idea? Anybody can answer?
Yeah, I think
Separate
XPath is like unique ID to find out a particular object, and it will
Correct.
be two types, absolute and relative.
Correct, exactly. There are two types of XPath, that is absolute and the relative XPath. And again, in the relatives, we have a different methods for writing the XPath, that is with respect to the contains keyword. Correct, right? And you have a multiple when you get a multiple results, how to get the how to deal with the dynamic web elements. Okay, so all those things we'll be covering in this course. Okay, so and also the complete details on the CSS selector. Okay, CSS in the Selenium and how to download the files in the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, and also handling the web table. Okay, and the web calendar and how to use the log files in the Selenium. Okay, and how to use the properties file in the Selenium. Okay, so we'll be covering all these concepts in another 10 to at least it depends again, and I've planned at least minimum 15 to 18 hours for this Selenium alone. Okay, since we'll be practicing lot of the theory concepts. So since if you guys are support me in order to grasp the things very quickly, we can go it still more faster. Okay, the more than the speed, I want everybody to have a quality learning. Okay, it's not about quantity how much you have learned, it's all about the how good you are at the single concept. Okay, so and apart from that, like you will be understanding what is the framework. Okay, so what are the types of framework, uses of the framework. Okay, so in the during the session, only in between of the session, any day in the between, I'll be helping you out in guiding how to develop the how to configure the TestNG framework. Okay, so once you have done, yes, here I have just mentioned here, configure the Eclipse with the Selenium and the TestNG. Okay, and how to install the TestNG framework and check the reports generated by. So everything will be implementing practically. Okay, and what are the test engine listeners. Okay, so I can go through all the contents here. Okay, so we'll be covering most of the all the concepts here in the test engine framework. Okay, so once it is done, so we'll be covering the data driven framework. Okay, so data driven framework is nothing but how to read the data from the Excel. Okay, so and we'll be using the hybrid framework as well. Okay, so yes, here I've included in the hybrid framework, that is nothing but the combination of the two frameworks. Okay, so that is the hybrid framework. So what is data driven framework? So and we'll be understanding all the keywords, that is we'll be using how to store the test cases in the Excel and how to fetch the data from the Excel. Okay, so we'll be covering those concepts as well. And along with that, once this completes, we'll be I'll be targeting in covering these things in the minimum 8 to 10 hours in the framework. Okay, since it is a practical session, let us go with a good understanding of all the concepts clearly. Okay, so then apart from that, we'll be covering the few concepts of the GitHub. Okay, Git Jenkins and the GitHub. Okay, so there you will be understanding like how to download and install the Gits and what are the Git commands. Okay, I think you people must be knowing that there are a lot of concepts in the GitHub. That is, what is continuous integration, what is Jenkins, and how it helps in the CI continuous integration, and how to download and install the Jenkins. Okay, so and also to how to execute the Selenium projects. Okay, and configure the host keys of the Git and the Jenkins. Okay, so we'll be covering all these things, and yes, parallelly all these things: resume preparations, mock interviews, assignment. So assignments will be on the daily basis. Okay, I've already mentioned your daily task will be assigned to the students. So if you are just attending the session, and if you're not doing your what is that assignment, so it will be waste of attending my session, because you must be having a hands on. So then only, if I give you a 10% of push, I want your 90% efforts from you guys. Okay, so the efforts matters a lot in this course. Okay, come up with the new ideas, and let us try. We'll be trying some new implementations as well parallelly. Okay, so and page object model. Okay, so we'll be understanding what is this page object model and when to use. Okay, and page object model using the page factory. Okay, and module 15, which covers in the last I mean during the last not last once these concepts are covered, we'll be covering up with the Cucumber framework and setting up the environment and the components, and how to write the test cases using the Gherkin format. Okay, and also we'll be covering one of the real-time projects. Okay, which involves the most of the above concepts. Okay, so yes, it is not that we'll be learning everything and doing everything in the live project. It is that parallelly we'll be automating it and implementing it parallelly. Okay, so as you guys know, at the end of the course, you'll be understanding the automation testing, why to use the automation testing, understand about Java programming. Okay, as I mentioned it, and you get a good hands-on in the core Java. Okay, and provided that I want you guys to support, and support is nothing but to perform all the assignments on the daily basis and practice. Since the session will be only for the 2 hours, I want everybody to have a minimum of your 1 hour or 2 hours for the practice, and make efforts on learning each day. So then only at the end of the course you will be able to connect it and apply it practically along with me. Okay, and understand about the project management tools. Okay, so any doubt with the course content? Now I want you guys to be interactive. Any doubt or anything with the course content? It's been just me talking. Hello, people.
Yeah. So by like what? Go on, Guda.
Yes.
So by what
Yes.
time the training will be started in everyday basis, and the strategy which you have showed to us, right? So everything will be covered into 75 days time, right? And how long? Like every day you said 2 hours means it will be in 2 hours time, right?
It is not 75 days, it is 75 hours. Okay, so just assume that we will be covering on the 1.5 hours per day. So it is mentioned as 1.5 or 2 hours. Just a minute. In the course content, as the team mentioned as 2 hours, it is 1.5 hours actually per day. Yes, it is mentioned as 1.5 hours only. Can you see that?
Yeah. So in 1.5 hours, there will
Ah,
be Q&A, and as well as the teaching, everything will be done, right?
yes, everything will be done.
Q&A session will be conducted every day.
Yes, Q&A session will be connected every day. Just when you enter, I mean, once you log into the session, so we'll be covering up, I mean, we'll be having a recall session, and within the 10 to 15 minutes or the first 20 minutes, we shall cover the queries, whatever if you have from the previous day or the assignment things. Okay, so and also you will be able to reach out to me in the DM as well, like where well, I'll try to reply it or try to resolve it on the present current moment itself, or else I'll resolve it during the session. Okay, so
Okay.
first 15 to 20 minutes we shall have queries. Okay, it's not that fully 20 minutes, and again it depends on the understanding. Okay, it will be the fully interactive session.
Okay,
Okay,
because as like many of the people and myself are freshers in this, like we are not,
correct,
we don't have any knowledge about automation and how to write code and everything and how to run the scripts and everything. We don't know
correct, exactly,
many of the names what you told also we are not aware. So you'll be teaching us from the base level, right?
correct, exactly. I'll be teaching you from the base, like what is object, what is class, just like what is the ABCD of Java. I'll be teaching it from the scratch. Okay,
Okay,
the
okay.
provided that you guys should be interactive and support me for the same. That's it.
Okay,
Uh,
sorry, team, everyone. I just have a last question.
no
Regarding like you will be supporting the interview, like and how to crack the interview, and there will be any mock interviews will be conducted by you.
Yes. So the mock interview yesterday it happened. So that was with the I had separate workshop for that, not included in this interview. Okay, I think
Okay.
not included in this course, but yes, in this course you will be able. I'll be highlighting every single day, like to focus these concepts for the interview, so you can make a note. Always, I recommend students to make your personal local notes to keep everything documented, so that you will be able to track it, and you will be having a free access. I mean, you'll be having a access for the recordings throughout. Okay, it's not that limit only for the few days only. It will be access. You will be having the lifetime access. You can rewatch the recordings anytime. The course recordings. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dinesh. So, anybody else? Abhijit or Venkatesh? Okay, I see
Yes,
many raised hands.
can
Yes,
you hear me?
Actually,
I'm audible.
yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Yes. So, would you be also teaching where we can do reusable code, setting up the, I guess, the framework thing where we can use the reusable code, like accessing the browser or something that we do on repetitive where we can reuse that code? Is that something that we will cover in the class?
Yes. Actually, you are bit breaking. I can't hear you clearly.
I was saying that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Quite
I was
better.
saying that is it something in the course where we'll learn how to use reusable code so that we can break up the code and kind of set it up in modules where we can reuse it, like login, like a login function or those types of things from a structure standpoint.
Yes. Yes, so we'll be covering. So just yeah, it's a good question. So what you are trying to say is that just assume that you have some login page, so where you'll be able to automate the login as well. That is what
Yes,
you mean to say. Okay,
yes.
yes. So we'll be doing that. So that is the basic test cases that we'll be doing it. Basic test scripts. Okay. So to automate the login, how to find the XPath for the username input field, and then click on the login button. So that is what you mean to say.
Well, setting up like a utility function section where you can have where you can break down the different aspects of the code and have like say a utility section where you call that utility where you have like login and like an error handling section, so that way you're not writing that in every one of your code.
Correct, exactly. So we'll be covering those part as well. Okay. So I just cannot like, since there are most of the people freshers, I just cannot start the teaching, write the scripts on the day one itself. So then people will just wonder and see the face lot of difficulties and obstacles to understand the concepts. Okay. So once the session that I'll be the regular batches will start from the it starts from today itself, that is from the basic introduction. Then again tomorrow we'll be continuing with the course content starting from the beginning of the course content. Okay, so there I'll be explaining first, as I showed you the flow. We shall go with the flow and let us not jump in between to just automate in, and the others people, I do not want other people to just stuck in and drop out or whatever
No,
it
no,
is.
no. I agree with that. I'm just saying that will we be able to ask you those? Because I know you have to kind of do it from a standpoint, from a
Yes,
fresh
yes,
standpoint. But
yes.
will we be able to ask you that, because that's something, and being able to access databases as well? Because again, I'm looking for the practical thing that we use from the job standpoint. Those are kind of the things that I see you using in the job standpoint. Where working with a team, you use reusable code and stuff like that. You don't just write everything. But I understand the flow. Yeah. Okay.
Correct, exactly. So you'll be able to access the recordings for every time. Okay, it's a lifetime access and there is no limit for to access it. You can rewatch the recordings and all the practical things which will be following. So you can rewatch it and you can re-execute it as many times as possible. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, anybody else? I see other two hands as well. Abhijit, you have something? Or
I
Maumita?
wanted to know about the timing, daily timing for this.
Yes, the Indian timings, it starts from the 8:30 to 10 p.m. every single day.
Is it possible from 9?
Uh, no, 9 will be actually too a bit late. Okay, so that is why for the Indian people, I mean, people who are from India, we have time constraints that we have promised to take up from the 8:30 batch itself. So 9 will be again, it will be 11 where I have to finish it, and it will be a late night for the people. Okay, so that one, it depends on the once you have joined the regular session, if you need some negotiation of the time, and based on the majority of the people, if every single person is okay with the 9, then only we can just shift it. But otherwise, it is a fixed time that will be starting 8:30. And if you are missing out the concept also, you'll be having a recordings, like if you're missing 30 minutes or 20 minutes, you don't have to miss anything. You can
Because
rewatch the
actually, I
recordings
need to
and
manage my work and this classes both at the same time because
correct.
my actually logout time is 8:30, but sometimes I have to stretch a little bit. That's why.
Okay, so I got your point. Okay, you can just reach out to Kumar sir. Okay, hope
Okay.
everybody have Kumar sir's contact number. Okay, you can reach out to him if you have any concerns with timings. But this one we have commenced, planned and commenced on the 8:30 batch itself. And again, it depends on the majority of the people.
Yeah, because
Once
Okay.
the
I have it in the
okay,
U.S. that it starts at 11 a.m. Um, in the U.S. So 11
okay.
a.m. Okay. And can you post a Smart's number in the contact? So
Sorry,
I said, can you post Kamal's number in the contact?
mobile number you want?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay, I'm just sharing here. Okay, just a minute. You can reach out to sir directly. Okay, so 1 second. 8019952227. Okay, I've just added Kumar sir's number in the chat. Okay, in the same chat I've just added. Okay, so you can just reach out to me, reach out to him if you have any concerns. Okay, so and I'll just pass on my WhatsApp number as well. If you have any concerns or doubts with respect to the course content, okay, you can just reach out to me. I'll explain you if you have any single doubt also. Okay, the second one is my number and the first one is Kumar sir number. Okay, please don't confuse. Okay, yes. In the next person.
So do you do you also help us in like validations on the back end and like any dynamic applications, or will it be only on the static like standalone applications?
Yes, the backend you mean to say the database
Hmm.
application data.
Yeah.
Okay, no, actually we are not covering the databases in this course. Okay, due to the time constraints, so we
No,
have
I mean
planned.
like data retrieval and validation. It's not like a pure SQL or anything, but like if you want to fetch any data from the backend tools or like any ETL tool and
Okay.
validate it. Yeah, that.
Okay, so that when let us see if the time permits. Okay, so since we'll be performing the like how to read and write the how to fetch the data from the Excel, so that where we'll be integrating the data-driven framework. Okay, if the time permits or depending on the student's interest, we can go up with other experiments as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And testing on the website, like do you do it on any live websites, or like will
Yes.
it be like a testing website or any static websites?
Okay, so both the things we'll be covering. So just see if you want a live for few of the like just say if you have a handling the multiple windows. Okay, so if you click on in the Flipkart, that is the e-commerce website, we can
Hmm.
just pick one. We'll be picking one of the e-commerce website, that is the Amazon or the Flipkart or any of the website. So all will be one and the same. The
Hmm.
only thing is the XPath will be different, and locally I'll be sending you few of the testing environments as well. So there also will be performing the handling the pop-up alerts and how to like in the pop-up and alerts we have a different types of methods in handling that. So for those things like parallelly I'll be sending you I'll be sharing the few of the applications as well. Okay, the
Okay.
websites, testing websites.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. And the next person have any concerns?
Yeah, sure. So,
Yes.
yeah, I did have the same question about the timing because I'm in EST time zone, but I guess I can try to like cover up if it is a like a same day. And how, one more question, sorry. So, how do we verify like the homeworks that you will be providing to us? And it's like, will we just get with the solution or how?
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct, exactly. A very good question. Okay, so yes, so whatever the assignments I'll be providing it on the next day, if you people, I want everybody's inputs to be provided. So I'll be like since many people will be there, we'll be having a more interaction. So whoever has done it, so they will be sharing a screen and sharing the assignment. And if you guys have missed out anything, you can just get the solution from there. And if nobody is getting a solution or anything, if that is the case, I'll help you to resolve on the same day. So it is not that I'll be validating everybody's, it's not the notes correction that I can do one. But yes, you can just pick up the solutions and during the session as well. I'll be reviewing on the next day.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else? Anything?
Hi,
Yes,
Rashmi.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can
yeah, Jmeter,
how to handle the tools also. You can guide with me or anything else.
What kind of tools you mean to say?
Uh, I mean automation tools like GitHub and Jira or anything else.
Yeah, Jira will not be covering like it is in the manual testing. Okay, so Jira, we are not integrating Jira with the automation or whatever. But yes, we will be covering the GitHub and how to push your code into the GitHub. Okay,
Okay.
so any concerns? So everybody, guys, share your okay, in the same group, there is a group, right? In whichever group that you people are present. Okay, so please share your name and the WhatsApp number and the email address. So the team will send you the course content and whatever the material or documents they need to share. They will share you. Okay, not in this chat, but in the WhatsApp, whichever group you have been. Joining it. Okay, so there whichever group you have joined in, so in that group you can please add your name, email address and your WhatsApp number. Okay, and the team will reach out to you in all the uh, materials they'll be provided. Okay, they'll provide all the materials and the recordings. Okay,
Okay, Rachna.
so
And also one more thing, you have interacted with one to one person or anything?
hi, yes, I have interacted with lot of one-to-one person. You mean to say the one-to-one training?
No, no. Just like that. Anything concern? I have getting any one doubt or one query. I will
Ha,
connect
yeah.
with you separately or anything.
Yes, you can connect with me and I'll give you the time slot, like on what time I'm available. Okay, so during that time, like just say like you have pinged me in 3 o'clock or 3 p.m. Okay, so I'll give you a time slot like we can just connect in somewhere around 6 o'clock or 7 p.m. Okay, we can connect then. Otherwise, you can keep your queries with you and you can drop your queries in the WhatsApp chat and I'll give you the solution on the meeting. Okay, that is the during the session. Okay, so other peoples also can get in your get resolved with the things and have a good idea. Okay, I see Zehar asking me any chance of dealing with API automation with REST Azure. No, Zehar, not in the this course content. Okay, so you can check with Kumar sir for the other the API automation or the mobile automation. Okay, so that deals with again the other course content. So this is already the vast that will be where we will be we have to cover in this 75 hours, so that the time won't be possible to cover to deal every single thing and you guys will just mess up. Okay, ending up nowhere. So API automation will not be covered in this concept. Okay, but if you still have a concern, you can reach out to the Isha Training Solution, which I shared you the contact number, and the sir will provide you all the details, course details for the other concerns. Okay, anything else, guys? uh,
Hello. I just wanted to ask about like once you're covering this Selenium framework, will that
ah,
in any way help the other frameworks? Like, in projects, I could see like a lot of frameworks are being used, like TestNG, like Karate. These are the some of them which I came across while I was working with some of my colleagues. So, if I'm getting through this course, but will that in any way help in understanding the others as well?
yes, like we'll be understanding the TestNG framework. I already given the walkthrough there. So Karate framework, all the frameworks like the configurations and the steps will be quite different, but the thing is again where you will be have to go with the different learnings. Okay, it is not the similar thing that you will be handling it. There will be a quite differences in all the frameworks. Okay,
Okay, got
so
it.
why we are covering test engine is because in the most of the industry they prefer to have a knowledge on this Cucumber framework and the CI/CD, on the continuous integration thing along with the Jenkins. Okay, and also to have a good understanding of this GitHub. Okay, how to push the code. So all these things we'll be covering it. Okay, so we're not covering apart from any of the framework. We have already occupied with most of the majorly the trending things that are available in the market with respect to the web automation. So those things we'll be covering. Okay, so and one more thing, we are not promising any placements. I think you guys are already aware of that. Okay, and the course agenda is to give a proper good training to the students and the quality training and the better understanding. Okay, yes, the training will be from Monday to Friday, Dinesh. Okay, so yes, I hope.
And
Yeah,
I just want to know that as we are from manual background and we have 2 3 years of experience, so after this course, if we apply somewhere for apply somewhere for this automation testing, so they
yeah.
used to require for experienced person. So how we can cope with that? Means we are just new and
Uh,
we mentioned that we did the automation in our
mm,
resume, but
mm.
how it will be get selected? Or I don't. I am thinking that it is our resume will be get rejected, and how to deal with that?
Okay, so let me. It's a very good question. So it will be helpful for everyone, whatever the questions you are asked. Okay, it's a very good question. So I'll give you in the interview tips and techniques. So I'll help you out. So whenever you are applying this automation testing concept, so what you can do is do not say that you have went with the course and done only course and you have not worked on the automation. So what you can say is you have to prepare, and the course provides you the preparation in such a way that you have a manual testing project. Okay, so for that process, so just assume that you have a four projects. So how many projects you have worked on manual? Three or two? Any number? Okay, so just assume that you have worked on the three projects or four projects in manual testing. Okay, so I will just tell you that pick up any one project and say in the interview, prepare in the interview in such a way that you have automated that project, you have worked on automation. So I always recommend you guys to, it is not that you are a fully fresher and nor a fully experienced. Okay, so you can say that you got an opportunity to do an automation for one of the project where I was involved, and you have done all these things like whatever the project functionalities you have automated, and where you perform the functional regression test suits, and you have used the test engine and the Kubernetes framework. So whatever the live practices we will be doing, you can implement in any of the project, and also you can explain the same thing in your project. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, was that helpful for you? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Uh, Okay, cool. So all those things in the tips and technique, I'll help you out. Okay. So yes, I think anything else? Okay, if anything else, you can just, huh?
Hi,
Yeah, go.
Rachana. One question. The document you showed before about the course of content and all, are you going to share that as well?
Yes, already that is given in the URL. Okay, whatever the URL you have went through this. Yes, I'll share the document right now. Okay, you can go through
Mhm.
the document, and if you have any concerns with the course content, you can get back to it. Okay, and from the tomorrow, yes, that is from the Tuesday, the 13th August. So we'll be running up with all the flow which is being explained, and we'll be having a quick process of the learning. Okay, so if people are missing out, you, I request you to watch the recordings and follow up on the same. Okay, and please, I recommend not to miss on any of the session if you are to, if you are scratching starting from the scratch. Okay, so that is highly recommended.
Sure. Thank you. And one more question I have is, if you don't mind, just explaining how automation tester and SDET are different. Are they like alternate like titles, or they are completely different roles?
Okay, so it depends on the organization. So on what, so you can say that the automation test, for in the few of the test engineers, so they give the title as the SDET, and for few organization they give it as the automation testing or the test engineer or the QE. Okay, so it depends on the job description. Always I recommend you to go for the job description when there is a job title. Okay, so for the automation testing also they give the common tools to be known as the Selenium, Cucumber, TestNG framework, whereas the SDET is nothing but so where you'll be slightly working with the developers and the product managers. Okay, so that is nothing but you are involved with the few of the, like you'll be collaborating with the developers. Okay, so that is nothing but you will be developing the test frameworks and integrating the test into the CI/CD pipelines. So those, that is the SDT, and the other one which I told was the automation testing. You're clear with that?
Yes, yes, it is clear. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So yes, people
Hi,
are.
Rajana.
Yes.
Yeah, one
Hello.
thing. So after completion this course, you will get any certification?
Yes. The course completion certificate you will get it from the institute, from the Isha Training Solution as well. Okay. So yes, you will get the certification. And somebody asked how we can pay the fees from the US. Yes, please. You can contact Kumar sir. Okay, with respect to all the, we have a separate finance team, like where they maintain all the, where they do all the maintain all the records of the payments, and they handle these things. Okay, you can connect with Kumar sir, and he'll connect you with the concerned person. Okay, and yes, certification we get, and we can join as per US timing, being from India. Yes, you can join in the US timing. So all the timings and everything will be provided in the course content. It's, I mean, the in the course URL, and also you can reach out all these timings constraints with Kumar sir, and already I've given the timings details and everything. But still, if you have any concerns of change of timings or whatever things, you can just have a concerns. Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? I think, I hope we are good to wind up.
Yeah. So
Can
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
will be considered as a automation engineer or SDET with the skill set?
okay, so in this skill set, so you will be considered as the both. So you can apply for the automation testing roles also, like where you will be doing the Selenium, test ng Cucumber. Okay, so SDT I already told, like where you will be, where I'll be covering this Jenkins and the CI/CD pipeline as well. Okay, so you can apply for both the SDT as well as the automation test. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. Actually, I want to ask something. Like, I have no knowledge about automation testing. So,
Okay.
I'm from a technical support background. So,
Okay.
should I look into testing or things?
Sorry, should you? I didn't get
Will you
you.
cover Java from basic? Because
Yes, that is what. Yes, you can rewatch this recording. I forgot your name. Okay, so I mentioned there, like what are all the Java concepts will be covered in the session. So I'll be covering it from the scratch. That is from the basic of Java, core Java. Now, like what is class, what is Java, history of Java. So from the scratch, I'll be starting it. So from tomorrow, which will be doing with regular batches. Okay, so if you have an enrollment concerns, please do contact Kumar sir. He'll be guiding you with all the payments and everything. Even if you are running on the different time zones, you will be able to join in the course. Okay, or you can watch it the recordings if you are missing out. Okay,
okay,
so
but
yes.
is there no issue to switch technical support to automation testing?
Sorry.
Is there no issue to switch technical support to automation testing?
Yes, if you have a good hands-on and have a good understanding of the automation testing, then you can go from the technical to the support to the automation testing.
And
Okay.
after the completion of the course, is there any mock interviews and live projects?
Yes, for the mock interviews, we will be conducting a separate workshop after the course. Okay, so there it is not in the course. After the course, I'll be having 2 days of mock. So yesterday we had a mock interview workshop. Okay, so again we will be conducting the mock interview and the interview preparations workshop. So there you can attend it. Okay. So yes, and
Live project?
sorry. Can somebody mute? There is lot of background noise. Hello, everyone. Yes, the one
Yes,
person.
and a live project.
Ha, yeah. Yeah, tell me.
And live project. What about live project? Will you able to provide?
Yes, the live project I already explained, right? I'll be providing the live project during the course.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you can rewatch the recordings.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
sorry. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
no problem.
Uh,
No problem. It's okay. No problem.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, hi Rachna. So will you cover the localization testing as well?
Sorry.
Localization, like different language. When we are switching to Arabic language or something.
No, we'll be covering only for the core Java only, not
No,
the
no,
other.
not that. Suppose the site is there in Arabic, English, right? So if I want to automate for the Arabic language, so is that part will cover localization?
Arabic language, you mean to say?
Yeah, suppose Amazon you are seeing in English, but I can switch to any other language, right?
Okay.
So are we going to cover that part as well?
No, actually, we are not covering any of the other country language or whatever the Arabia or whatever the other languages. We are not covering that. Okay. So, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you all. It was a very nice talking to you all. Okay, so looking forward everybody to in the session. Let's enjoy the learning and let's build a good career in the automation testing. And yes, winding up this session. Thank you all. Have a great day, and please drop in your contact details in the WhatsApp. Okay.
Thanks, Anshina. Thanks all.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.